And let's show you our starting grid for this afternoon's event. On the front row, Peter Dempsey for the first time this year, and John Edwards right in the thick of the points chase.
And going to row 2, you've got Alex Ardoin and Joel Miller, who's been both of these guys very strong all season.
Next row back is row 3. That's where you find Ernesto Otero, who usually runs up in the front, and Chris Cumming also in his number 16.
And going back to row 4, you've got Tom Gladys and Chow Lara. Both guys have been strong, Gladys especially.
Natalia Kowalska is on the inside of row number 534, and Scott Redditch will round out the first 10 positions. Here's a look at the rest of the cars in the field today. Tire management should be a key to victory here today, as Jamie Howe explains.
Track and not really knowing what you're going to get tire-wise. A lot of times you heat cycle them, okay, and they will be better. So hopefully these guys will be better than having stickers on. But it's going to be interesting as the lights come up.
Here we go with the standing start from Trois Rivieres.
Looked like Edwards got a pretty good jump there on the start. He moved first on that outside line. Don't know if he's going to make that stick.
No, it doesn't look like he got it done.
You know, and we're noticing a much cleaner start here, and that's really the result of a couple guys there brushing in the back. That's a result of the standing start. That's the first time we've used that here. Worked out pretty well.
That's one of the corners right there that Ardoin was talking about. That can be a tricky spot in the opening lap.
Very tough going down through that arch. It very much funnels into it, and it's very much a one-line area. Everyone looks like they got through cleanly, though.
Looks like Miller got through in the 20 car. Third of the chase in the points.
Just a really great street course here. I mean, it really flows well. The way the event is embraced by Three Rivers, I mean, they really make a festival out of it. It's got a lot of history.
Charles Hall looks like he got away pretty cleanly, too, our points leader. He's inside the top 10, looks like about 8th position.
Yeah, you know, not what Charles needs. Charles is a very, very strong driver, but since his win at Watkins Glen, I think he's lost a little bit of pace, and he really needs to start stepping it up and getting aggressive with things again. You know, a lot of times, Ralph, what guys get into is championship mode, just trying to collect points, and here in Star Mazda, you know, you've got to look at each race as a battle you need to win.
There's Lara going by. And we also see Tom Gladys back there in the 5. Oh, and one in the wall already. Rusty Mitchell in the Mitchell Motorsports entry out of Texas has cleaned off the left side of the car.
I don't know whether that's on the outside of turn 1. Well, that's into the hairpin.
It's not going to fit in there, is it?
You know, it's an interesting thing. You lock up those front brakes, your car's going straight no matter how much you turn the wheel. You know, he got off into the dirty stuff there, tried to turn the car, and it wasn't working for him. So, game over.
Well, the pace car is...
One of the only drivers who raced here last year. Wasn't a good race for him, though. He tried a dicey move, didn't finish the race after suspension failure. I spoke with him earlier. He said he was just going to drive a smart race today. He learned his lesson last year and needs the points this time around.
Well, that move was kind of a combination of both, Johnny. It was a bit aggressive, but it came at a pretty good time to make a pass like that. And here comes Hall trying to move up as we go back to Ardoin in the black car with the orange wings. Hounding our pole center. Well, I don't know how patient that was, but it's going to pay off, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, Dempsey's going to fight this one for this next right-hand corner. Ardoin runs it in a little bit deep there. One of the things that's very challenging on street courses is the bumps. And you get these two leaders, you know, fighting like that, that gives Edwards the opportunity to sneak down the inside.
Just like that,
well
and he
done.
does. Edwards in the white and red car. Johnny, we talked about tire management at the beginning of the show. Ardoin keeps locking those up. That's not very good on those Goodyears.
Well, you know, you never like that, because once you get a flat spot, the tire tends to continually find that flat spot and get bigger and bigger. And, you know, they come into the turn 5 area on down the back straightaway, and that's where we saw, you know, a lot of poking right here going in this area. One of your best overtaking maneuvers, and you see the guys moving their car to miss the bump there. But if you do have a flat spot, it's going to keep finding it lap after lap.
Our points leader, Hall, in the 77, you just saw him. He had drifted back to 8th. Now he's up to 6th. There he goes in the silver and black car. Teammates to our race leader, Dempsey.
You know, I really like seeing the aggressiveness of Ardouin. You know, he's trying to show his nose. He's being aggressive. You know, I always had the philosophy, if you're not going to win, be spectacular. Be the guy that, you know, shows out on TV, that guys talk about. Man, that guy was on fire. And right now, Alex Ardouin, he's definitely got his head down.
Laps go by quick here, don't they?
Oh, God, yeah. And it really is just such a neat racetrack. I mean, where they're going right now, underneath the arch.
Oh, Billy Goshen. Left side damage as well, just like Rusty Mitchell. Not sure if he did it the same way or even in the same area. Not wide enough the picture to tell just yet, but Goshen, looks like it's down near the front of the racetrack.
Yeah, hard to really say where that is. At the front, though, I mean, we obviously don't have full course cautions. I did see a glimpse of a yellow there, so they might be coming up on them. These guys at the front still battling really, really hard. Again, you know, these three right now have been our protagonists for the past couple of races, and there's a full course caution.
And here comes our pace car once again. The second caution, full course caution of the day.
Yeah, you know what? And with the concern about the tires, like Jamie mentioned, this does work in their favor. And the drivers are, you know, going to be getting this information, you know, on their radio, so they'll know that, okay, you can attack a lot harder now.
Well, nobody's going to need a little more help with their tires right now more than Alex Ardouin. And that's coming alongside Goshen, coming in the 16. He's the points leader in the expert class. Started in our top 5 rows today. A good start, but a bit of a bump here in the middle of his day.
He got Bulldog.
We'll be right back to Canada with Peter Dempsey leading here at Trois Rivieres. Welcome back to Canada. Ralph Shaheen alongside Johnny O'Connell and Jamie Howe covering the action for us down on pit lane. Getting ready to go back to green after our second full course caution of the day. Dave Mundy out of Sugar Land, Texas, bringing up the back of the field and leading him to the green flag as he did from the pole to start, Peter Dempsey.
Yeah, he did a really nice job pulling the trigger there, spreading guys out, giving himself a little bit of cushion going to that green flag.
There you see the 18 of Ernesto Otero. And you know, Johnny, I've seen a lot of different and unique sponsors over the years, but Otero's got a new one for me, Brazilian green beef.
You know, that's got to be very popular in Japan. I raced at Suzuka years back, and I got deathly ill, and it had to be that Brazilian green beef. I'm just kidding. I'm sure it's lovely.
And Otero taking a look inside and tucks back in. 21 still out front. Ardouin had made a challenge, and there goes Hall. Teammate to our race leader.
Yeah, you know, and what Hall's doing, he knows where the championships, you know, points are lying and all that kind of stuff. And so really what he's trying to pay attention to is what is Joel Miller doing, knowing that's the guy he's got to get in front of. You know, right now, Edwards, you know, we know he's fast. He can win races, same with Dempsey. But as far as being protagonists in the championship, you know, those two aren't quite in it yet. Although Dempsey, man, I'm digging it because he has been so fast and on fire since his win at Portland. You know, it's been really cool to watch him come to life here.
Well, Miller is in fourth in the blue and black number 20. There he goes. And there's Hall in the silver, black, and red 77.
And I promise you, each one of these guys is aware, you know, where their competitors are and what they need to do to get in front of them.
Now, Tom Gladys, who is second in the championship, kind of splitting up Hall and Miller, is back in about 7th position. And once Hall goes by, there's a gap and another pack behind him. There you see him at the top of the screen, and Gladys is in that group.
You know, Ralph, you hate to go Sigmund Freud and stuff, but, you know, we